Apple is ready to replace Game Center with a more Xbox-like gaming app. The app will reportedly let you launch games on your devices and operate it as a hub for achievements and leaderboards. Huh. Apple wants to go into a much more traditional gaming setup in terms of the way apps work. I mean, I guess these have always been the tech companies in Microsoft's mind while they started to go ahead and expand their ecosystem. So already, if we kind of take a look at what is going on now in gaming, it appears that Xbox and Microsoft strategy is now starting to show where its strengths are. They were always gunning to ensure that Google and Apple did not get a footing in this particular area, that they wanted to pretty much dominate the external space, which they kind of are now moving towards. Steam has a stronghold, but it has its own little thing that it's doing. Amazon Prime Gaming, well, they need to basically, they need to get good or else they get to go home. And you look at the other players out there, it appears that this is exactly what it is that PlayStation knew about and said in their little, industry shifts and strategic analysis when they talked about it. Do y'all remember? Did you guys forget? Remember when they said Microsoft is building a mobile gaming store to compete with Apple and Google? There always was some kind of a strategic positioning that they wanted to get themselves involved in. And many had already been claiming that they see, including, I think, Phil Spencer, if I'm correct, somebody help me in the comment section, always kind of refer to Apple and Google as who they saw as kind of their bigger competitors, because these guys have reach. They have billions of user level reach in that regard. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of reach that these companies can kind of hit. And so Microsoft looked and said, man, we're going to go on that plane and we're going to figure out what's going on. So in light of this, the whole gaming scene is getting severely modified by these big players, and they want to all come in. So Apple is now trying to make and do, let me see, let's go ahead and let me put this up here for you guys to see. Something that Xbox has already done, which is be an app, right? Xbox has an app, and they already use that app and leverage that app on their operating system. Bam. Steam also has an app, which I think is probably, in light of all the apps, it's probably the best of all of them because of what Valve offers, Steam. Apple now wants to come in here and, they want to get themselves, I'm going to draw an apple here, okay? They want to get themselves some kind of an app going for them. And so they want to come into the business. They're still the underdog in this particular area. But don't be fooled. They already have access to a user base based on their mobile phone and their app store and all of the devices that they've basically been able to sell and put into your homes, right? Apple TVs and so on and so forth. So what Microsoft is doing with this Fire Stick, strategy and TV strategy and all of the above is to enter the homes and enter the storefronts. There is one player who would like to play these games that is behind the curve. I hate to say it, but it is PlayStation and Sony. They, this particular document leaked out here, that their strategic pillars, which is basically something that they eventually want to basically take and port games, maybe day one to PC or something like that, diversify their portfolio model by doing a cloud gaming, style thing, using scalable IP at their core, blah, blah, blah. These strategic pillars, they claim, are dated and behind the competition because they are. They are behind the competition. They're basically going to be playing catch up with all the others in this particular areas. And now guess who wants to come into play? It's Apple. What does this mean? This means that the traditional gaming scene is about to get heavily modded. And I'm talking the moment Apple puts in any leg in this, it's not going to be them just doing it. Amazon's going to go even harder in this area. They've been doing and kind of doing 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I think they've probably gone ahead to extend, their plan in doing this, but they want to get into gaming. Amazon wants to stay in gaming. I mean, they've built New World and another game, Throne of Liberty. I think that's an Amazon game. I don't know if I might be mixing it up, but I know New World is their game. And that's been actually a game that showed them that they could actually get something going in the MMO realm. So these guys are coming in and these guys want to kind of get themselves going. Apple, I think, just wants to basically capitalize on a lot of third party, right? and just basically continue to farm money from external sources, basically not investing in that area, but continue to invest in hardware, infrastructure, expand their platform, and so on and so forth. But they want to do it from a non-traditional methodology first. And before you know what's going on, every Apple device is going to have access to this kind of a gaming, perspective or a gaming service available to them that then puts them in a position to make more money. So what's going on here? Accessibility is actually the way that these companies want to basically go. They're not doing any traditional methodologies. Apple is different. They're like, oh yeah, you can do this on here, you can do this on here, but they're going to realize very soon that they really need to open up this whole thing for their ecosystems to kind of talk with one another at the end of the day. So it's very interesting to see this article right now popping up from Tom Warren talking about, how they want to go ahead and replace this and, how they want to now put achievements. They're literally trying to copy the model of those who have already been in the industry doing all of this. It's a very interesting time in gaming, and I'm very shocked and surprised actually that this is something that they want to go ahead and do. So let me hear your thoughts. Talk to me in the comment section. I appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.